Hello everyone and welcome back to St. Louis. I'm Anastasiya and I'm joined here by Grandmaster Yasser Seirawan.
Anastasiya, so happy to be with you for
all
of the action for the playoffs.
Exactly.
Hello everyone and welcome to our show. It is indeed Playoff Thursday. Today we will crown a ladies champion, but who will it be? Let's take a look at our two gladiators.
We have Irina, Krush and Jennifer Yu. They're fighting for the first place right now.
Yeah, in the competition itself, they have tied for first. They got here in different ways, by the way. Irina was undefeated. Jennifer lost a few games, but they tied for first. And they're going to have a drawing of lots that is coming up really soon. In fact, let's go to Cristian in the playing hall for the drawing of lots with Chris Bird, Chief Arbiter.
Thanks, guys. We are here in the playing hall as we are getting ready for the playoffs to begin. We will be doing the drawing of the lots with Chief Arbiter Chris Bird, who is right now doing the security checks on eight-time national champion Irina Krush. And the way this is going to work is Chris is going to pick up one white pawn and one black pawn. And then I believe it's going to be Irina who will be choosing the hand, and then we will know who will have which color in the first game. So Chris, are you ready to do that?
I am certainly ready. So I have a white and a black pawn. I'm going to randomize these. And Irina, if you would be able to choose either my left or my right hand. This one, you will have this color in the first game. You will start with the black pieces. Jennifer will have the white pieces in the first game.
Jennifer Yu with the white pieces in the first game. Guys, don't go anywhere. Playoffs is about to start.
The following is a presentation of the St. Louis Chess Club. Two leading ladies remain standing at the U.S. Women's Championship in St. Louis. Jennifer Yu simply refused to give up, slashing back after a loss to defeat a surging Talia Cervantes for a chance to end eight-time champ Irina Krush's record-breaking title hopes. You'd be crazy to run from such a killer matchup. The final day of championship chess, coming up next.
Welcome back, everybody, to the playoff day here at the U.S. Women's Chess Championship. We already know who the victor is in the open section. That is Fabiano Caruana. But which one of these two ladies will take home the title? Will it be the experienced Irina Krush or the youthful Jennifer Yu? Let's go to the studio and find out with Yasser and Anastasiya.
From the home of chess in the United States, welcome to the St. Louis Chess Club and the playoffs of the U.S. Women's Chess Championships.
Hello,
everyone, once again.
Welcome back. Now we know that Irina will have black in the first round. Let's talk about the format. Anastasiya, what is the playoff format?
So we have two players left in the championship. Both of them are tied for the first place.
Right.
What does it mean? It means they will play two rapid games today with 10 minutes for game time control plus 2 seconds per increment starting from move 1.
All right.
And in case if we still have 1-1 result, in this case we are going to have an Armageddon game. What does it mean? It means we have 5 minutes for white, 4 for black, and in case if black wins this game or end it in a draw, it means black wins the tournament.
And the women's standings after 13 rounds ended as follows. We still have the playoff, of course.
Yes, so because Irina and Jennifer tied for the first place, we still don't have a winner, but we'll know the name today.
Right?
Talia Cervantes is on the third position.
Again, I just have to mention Talia's result in her last 6 games. She was on a 5-game win streak before she lost her last round game against Jennifer, which is why Jennifer's in the finals.
And we have
playoffs.
also Rian Yan on the first place.
And in the Open, who were the big prize money winners there?
Fabiano Caruana is the new US champion. He won this tournament for the second time already.
And Ray Robson, boy, he pushed him all the way to the limit there for second.
Yes, and he also won 45,000, great prize. And we also have a tie for the third place, Linier Dominguez and Awander Liang. Both of them tied for the third position, and they get 30,000.
Very handsome prizes indeed. And Cristian, good to see you back in studio here. Drill down on these players. Tell us what we can expect, Cristian.
I did do some cardio running from the playing hall to get here in time, but finally it is a championship day here at the St. Louis Chess Club. We have an amazing playoff coming your way, and let's take a look at how the two players, Jennifer Yu and Irina Krush, got to where they are today, because they had definitely very different results in this championship. As you can see, 8 victories for Jennifer Yu, 2 draws and 3 losses. On the other hand, Irina Krush has been undefeated in this tournament. 0 losses, 5 wins, and 8 draws. This playoff is going to be a very interesting battle between 2 very different styles of players as well. And let's take a look at Jennifer Yu and how she got here, but also who is Jennifer Yu? Well, she is a young lady. She's only 20 years of age. She is already a US Women's Champion in 2019. She won that with a dominant score, 10 out of 11. She's also a student at Harvard, and she was mentioning during the post-game interviews that she had a lot of homework during this US Chess Championships. But what about her rival, Irina Krush? Well, she is the only Grandmaster in this event, 8-time national champion. She's 38 years young, and she's also one of only 39 women to be awarded the Grandmaster title. Guys, this is going to be an epic battle between these two competitors, and we're going to be here to call all the action.
Absolutely. Youth versus experience, and this lady is all about experience indeed. 8-time champion. If she was to win today, she would tie Gisela Gresser as the single most awarded U.S. champion in history. 9 titles. That's what she's playing for, Anastasiya. Can she do it?
That's a good question, but we all know that Irina is a big fighter. She also has lots of experience playing Armageddon matches. And,
Absolutely, as we know from her her match with Anna Zablonsky.
Wow. Yes, everybody watched this video. What about
so viral.
you, Yasser? Have you ever played this type of playoffs and Armageddon games?
Yeah, well, Armageddon games, I'm not really too sure, but playoffs for sure. Lots and lots of playoffs. I'll have to think about the and they're very youthful, very excited, Jennifer Yu, because as we know, she lost that 12th game.
Yes.
To Irina, and she thought the tournament was over. As she said yesterday coming in, she's just excited and happy that she can play for the title.
She got her new chance, yes, to try again to win the title. She seems to be in a good mood.
Oh,
she's
very
smiling,
much so. It's like
she's happy.
And there's a lot of money still up for grabs. Tell us about what the playoffs mean.
So for the first place, the winner will get 40,000, and for the second place, the loser of the match will get 30,000. It means that the difference is 10,000.
Exactly.
It's really important.
10,000 and the title and all of the bragging rights. Now, Irina, starting with black in the first game. When I'm in these playoff situations, truthfully, I like to start with black. Why? If I'm successful, and by successful, I mean I make a draw, then I feel like I can put pressure on with the white pieces. If I fail and I lose with the black pieces, then I know that with the white I have to go all out, and I can adjust my strategy. So I think it's a slight advantage to have black, but Christian, you jump in.
Well,
what would you prefer?
On the other side of the coin lies the fact that if white wins, there's so much pressure on you after that with the white pieces to actually score a victory. And also the player that just played white and will play black has the knowledge already that, yes, I have draw odds. And by the way, Irina is not looking for a draw. Look at her opening.
Check
A5.
Benoni.
Look at her opening.
Now, this is, I used to play this. This is an old favorite of mine. The chess engines hate the position for black. I just know that in my practice, it's often that white is surprised. The white player is just surprised, and they don't handle it well.
One thing about this matchup that I think is quite important, especially with this time control, is the fact that Irina Krush has had absolutely no problems with her time management in this tournament. Jennifer Yu, on the other hand, she had plenty of problems. And in their direct matchup as well, Jennifer was very much down on time after the opening phase. So I think Irina has probably outfoxed her younger opponent in the first stages of this game.
All right.
Really
and,
interesting.
for me, this G2, G3 by white, I just love as black to play against that system.
Really?
Oh, I loved it. Because essentially what I was trying to do as black was play for the move F7, F5. And I always felt that white had to answer F4. You simply, when I play F5, you've got to play F4. And then when you play F4, I get to capture and open up my bishop.
And that's a very interesting way, the way Irina Krush is playing this one, because I very often see the check Benoni, but with the bishop on E7.
Correct.
Not on G7. And then the knight from E8 actually jumps directly to G7.
Which is my preferred method as well.
Yes.
And here we go. So in the way I play these positions as black, in my mind, I'm thinking F5, F4 is a serious threat. This
And
pawn
she just played
sacrifice.
F4, yes.
And white has to play this move F4. So the idea is if I take on F4, this bishop is open.
But what about
And-
E6 square? Like
Yes,
if you
well,
take, knight takes on the 4.
Exactly. And if
like-
you take on F5, this bishop still remains closed. And that was just my approach was I really liked these positions. I like to do this for black. Now here, for example, knight to F6 invites you to capture and bring, like for example, let's say I play knight F6 here.
Yes.
Would you take on F5?
For example,
For
yes.
example, and I take.
And now,
now
can I
I
take on
take
E5?
again.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you've done a very nice job. You've isolated my
Yes.
pawn. But let me remind you, I've got one little idea in mind. I want to capture a pawn.
So I have to defend it somehow. If I play B3, I don't really like this move because I open this diagonal.
A little bit further, right? You open the diagonal a little bit further. Okay, but it's
what
not.
to do? Yes.
Yeah, what to do?
I have
now,
to somehow support the pawn.
now, somebody mentioned that they think that the move knight F4, knight E6 could be a key issue.
Let's be super aggressive. Let's
Yes.
go knight F4, knight E6, and give up the C4 pawn.
Yes.
I don't want
Take
to
it.
lose any time. I'll give you the pawn. I know you're going to take it, Yasser.
Of course.
We already know that.
And I got to take that too. And we get some position like this. Now, the question for me is, I'm not really worried that much about this pawn, but what I am worried about is this pawn. And how should I deal with that? Should I play? No, knight E4 will allow queen D5. So knight E4. I'm really anxious to play the move bishop to D4 check. I'm just a little bit worried that after queen D5, the big threat
E7,
is
yes.
discover
It's
check
unpleasant.
Yeah, that's a
and
big
the
one.
knight. So, okay, this is a.
It's an interesting pawn sacrifice, right? And
Right.
in general, I don't think she's going to be thinking about allowing this couple of trades. I think what she wants is actually open up the C8 bishop by playing the move maybe knight D to F6.
But look at this, Irina already spent, I think, quite a lot
Yes.
of time on the move. After F4, I think she didn't
down
make
to
any
her
moves.
last 7 minutes
Wow,
against
so-
9 minutes. So Jennifer, we were anticipating that she's going to have some problems with her time management. But the reverse is actually reality right now. Irina is struggling to find the best moves in the position.
It's one of the most
Okay.
critical positions, though, in right now. You
No
have to make
question.
the decision what to do with your pawn structure.
It will be very impactful for the rest of the middle game. So knight on the alternative move, we were looking a moment ago at knight e8 to f6. The alternative move, in this type of a formation, you're anticipating putting your knight on d6.
Yes.
One of the good things about h3 is that after this move, you're almost obliged to play this move b7, b6. You simply cannot lose this pawn on c5. And now you start to wonder, can I essay this move d6?
Guys, but Irina has to make a move.
Yes,
Please,
yes,
she does.
unbelievable. Like if you spend so much
does.
time.
Down to her last 5 minutes, you
Yes.
simply cannot do this so early on in the game.
By the way,
Right.
like,
And she-
oh,
Knight
she
to
made
c7.
Whoa. An
That's a wrinkle we
altogether-
did not anticipate.
That
Doesn't
can't
look-
be a good move.
No.
I mean, what is the knight doing on c7? Knight on d6.
Covers the 6 square, maybe. That's the only reason I can see.
So you're thinking
Yes.
that in case of takes,
Take. I don't know, now maybe it's not so
Takes.
important. Like take.
and by the way, you have to take with the pawn. Taking with the rook, in my estimation, is a complete strategic disaster because after f5, this knight will go to g3, this knight will go to e4, and you can
Wow.
simply resign. So you absolutely are required to take with the pawn. And then let's look at this. So the difference is the e6 square is
Bishop
covered.
e3 is on the board.
Bishop e3.
Wow. Okay, Bishop e3, very decent move. I'm a supporter of the move Bishop e3.
She
I
supports
was
the
thinking-
tension also on the board, and she kind of invites Irina to make her decisions by herself. You know?
Exactly.
And her plan is very easy. She wants to go
Oh.
queen d2, rook ae1, and put some more pressure,
Now-
additional pressure in the center.
Now we do have captures on
E takes
f4.
e4 is on the
So
board.
the idea is that now knight
We have
e6
to-
is not a threat anymore.
No.
I don't know
With the
how
knight on
important
c7,
it is.
yes.
Yes, but
Exactly.
let's say
Okay, I go knight takes f4 because, well, I want to go knight takes f4. I'm assuming knight e5. And because I'm a pawn grabber and I don't like the move b3, I'll defend the pawn on c4 the most natural way, queen
Queen
e2.
e2.
Now, in case you do take,
Yes.
I'm
By the way,
very
I think she took
happy.
with a pawn, did she?
really
No, maybe with the knight or with the bishop. With the bishop,
with the
actually.
With the
bishop. So she
bishop.
played bishop e3 and then took with the bishop on f4. This is
That
I mean,
cannot be good.
That's
that cannot be
confounding.
accurate.
Okay, her idea is that after knight e5, which was played, she's keeping the knight on c3 protected because I'm almost for sure her intention is to play b3.
She played it.
And
she
did.
played it. Yes, okay.
And so
b3.
there's no trickies,
Yes.
if you will.
Bishop d7 is on the board.
She also
Bishop
covers
David 7?
d4.
Yeah.
Bishop d7
Okay.
looking to play b5.
So there's no way I'm going to let this knight have a nice life with the move b7, b5. I'm going to play a4 to stop b5, and I will live with the knight on b4. Right? This is why Jennifer took with the bishop. She's thinking the best minor piece is black's bishop on g7. So she's setting up for ideas of either bishop to g5 or bishop to h6, trying to eliminate that. Now, I'm not a big fan of the bishop takes. I like the knight
Knight,
on
yes,
f4.
yes, yes.
That was much more pleasing.
Queen
It
to
felt more right.
Queen somewhere was played. So,
So
not
she
a4.
didn't play b5.
No, she did not play a4 to
She
stop
didn't
Oh, pardon me.
play
d5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay,
So
That's
b3 was
b3 is on the
the
I
board,
see a queen on d2.
d2, and the Irina immediately played b5.
right?
Look at this. I mean, I think it's really sharp position. I mean, everything is
Okay,
like.
well, that
I think it's a good position for Irina
black-
right
now
now.
yes.
black is doing great
Yes.
because this is a wonderful piece. This is a wonderful piece. This is okay.
G takes
Nothing
f5,
great.
G takes f5 is on the board.
E takes f5, G
E takes f5,
It
G takes f5, yes.
G takes f5. Yes, she couldn't take maybe with the bishop because b5 was hanging
That's
in this
right.
case, right? So she
And
took with
she
the pawn.
didn't want to allow something to land on e4, so she took with the pawn.
taking control
Okay,
over
that's a
e4.
little- That's
like
a little
this
bit of a
idea.
compromise.
I like this idea though, because also you have to worry about your g3 pawn now that the pawn is already on h3, and potentially I can have ideas of king h8, rook g8, and open up the g file, try to put pressure on that side. Now also, this last move, g takes f5, opens up the g6 square potential for my knight to go there. Of course, not right now, because you have to worry about the d6 pawn. But
Okay.
in the future, knight g6 might become a reality, and that will open up my monster on g7.
Well, let's deal with the monster. Let's deal with the c4 pawn first.
She took on b5.
Knight takes b5, and now let's get rid of that monster. I really don't
Yes.
like that
Yes,
dragon bishop breathing down the board.
Rook ae1 is on the board.
Rook ae1. How can she do that?
Well, she has to play fast though, because actually she's down on time. You remember when she was up 4 minutes?
Yes.
Not
so
anymore.
Not
She's
anymore.
down on time.
Five
Well,
against five.
almost down on time.
Yes.
See, the problem with this move, rook on a1 to e1, is you're not absolutely sure that the rook is best placed there. But you know with absolute certitude this bishop is the strongest piece. So
Queen
you
f6?
Want to play bishop?
Yeah, now there
Queen
is no
f6
move.
was played, no more bishop h6.
h6.
Irina
Wow.
understands that immediately.
Yeah, she jumped at that opportunity. And again, because now I am getting a little bit concerned, I want to say, that the knight on g6, knight takes c3, knight takes c3, knight g6
It can be a threat.
can be
also.
a threat that I start to worry. Okay.
With queen d4 ideas. even.
Let's get some
Queen
tactics going.
g6, queen g6.
And let's get some tactics flowing.
Ooh, you want to get knight f4 in.
Correct.
So I go rook f7, knight f4, queen h6. Where do you put the bishop?
Well, that's the question. I was thinking you could take the pawn, but then I had
Take on g3.
but you immediately suggested queen h6, and where is the bishop going? And you're making a very good point. If I have to go back to h4, I'm not a happy camper. All right. Well, queen f6. And again, why did she put her rook on e1?
I don't know. I mean, maybe she wants to put some pressure on this knight on e5, but at the moment it's still not easy to do.
Beautifully
This is
defended.
looking good for Irina right now, I have to say. It seems like the momentum has shifted from the opening when white was putting pressure on black structure, and right now
Definitely.
black has more dynamic pieces. And if she wins with the black pieces and goes on to the second game with the white
Yeah.
pieces
It's
and
gonna
draw
be really
odds, well, she's going to be the clear
All
favorite.
she needs is a draw.
She's
Absolutely.
going to be a
Now,
huge favorite.
I think the
Knight
move
d4
knight,
is what
knight
maybe a threat.
c3, yeah, I'm thinking the move knight c3 to d1
That's what she played.
makes the most sense here.
played.
I'm not a big fan of these kind of retreating moves, but this knight on b5 was threatening to capture, and then it would be a tactical target after
should
knight
play the
g6.
A5.
a5.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Very quickly played by Irina too, by
She's
the way.
putting a lot of pressure on her opponent's time right now.
I thought about move knight d4 actually. I don't know why.
Knight to d4
With the
to
idea
jump.
that if you take, c
And
takes d4, you
A4.
cannot take on
A4
d4.
is on the board.
knight
Well,
f3.
she might be forced to go knight d4 now.
Maybe.
So,
yes.
but okay, then you change
And then you have
the
this
structure.
pawn on d4. I don't know if I'm not sure if it's good for black, but maybe we can just try, like knight d4, knight takes, c d4.
Knight
Then
d4
she
is on the
played
board.
it, yes. Like
I would have been a little bit more reluctant. I would have probably brought my knight back. Pawn on b3 is weak. In any case, she's playing very dynamically. Is Irina at the
I
moment?
like the way she plays now with this
Yeah?
knight d4 idea. Like,
Exactly.
It's really hard to win this pawn on d4. Like I don't see the way because queen cannot take, of course, knight f3.
The only way to try that is to go king h1
King
first.
h1, but then maybe knight g6,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
King h1 to threat. I kind of like king. Well, not that I like king h1, but knight
F2 is on
Knight
the
F2.
board.
Okay, this is not going well for Jennifer.
She's
I
trying
think.
to go to d3. It's.
But
I cannot
B-
say it's that bad, right?
But
either.
b3.
Yes, but b3 you still don't have a majority on this side, even if you win that pawn on b3. And in the meantime, for example, rook to b8 I think was played. Rook
to
f
b8.
b8 and
Rook
now
f8.
a very nice move, knight to d3. What do you do now? I'm starting to like white, to be honest.
Knight to d3, knight to
Interesting.
g6.
Knight to g6, and then I just defend my b2 pawn somehow. And or
Your
perhaps I can
B3
even go
pawn.
b4. and try to land the knight on c6.
Well, I definitely don't want to see knight takes e5 and bishop takes e5.
I'm trying to actually
so
still
again, I'm
to count
thinking
it.
knight g6.
Okay,
Yes.
let me try to find some tactics in the position.
You could play your move b4. That does hang a pawn over here.
It does.
And I'm thinking I want to take the two bishops
So
off the board.
let's not give you the two bishops first. Let's go bishop g5 first.
Bishop g5,
And
queen
I'll have to
f7.
drop back with the queen. No threat to take the pawn, of course.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
And now
And-
just simply defend that pawn somehow. But by the way, she played rook
Whoa!
e8.
Rook came back to e8.
No.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a logic glitch there.
Yes.
I mean,
Recognizes her mistake.
Yes, she had to play maybe with the other rook. But then a5 pawn was hanging sometimes.
it's time. Well, time is definitely a factor, but what is the clock times?
3 minutes and 20 seconds for Irina. Only 2 minutes and 49 for Jennifer.
So she played with
Jennifer
another
played
rook
rook
b8.
a1 to That's what I
Wow.
was saying about rook on a1 to e1. Is the rook, are you always sure that that's the best square for the rook? Imagine if the dark square bishops were off at the board at the moment. You can imagine that white has a much nicer life, knight f4 and other ideas. But rook b8 on the board.
Maybe rook
This is
c7,
really, really
maybe
tense.
time to invade.
Tense. Guys, rook to
Let's go.
c7. Let's go. Rook to c7, I suspect queen d8.
What about another rook on c1? It's getting wild.
It's getting,
And
it's
rook
getting
b3.
very, very scary. Yeah.
I don't
I
understand.
like rook c7, guys.
I do
Really?
too.
So
I
queen
like
d8?
it.
Queen d8, rook the other one to c1.
Rook b3, just to
Rook b3,
understand.
knight takes e5.
Okay.
No, here,
Knight
I'll do
takes
something
e5.
else. I'll take.
Immediately, yes.
I'll take immediately.
And what if I
And
take
if I
with the
take?
pawn?
And with it, I guess what I got for you.
d6, yes.
Ooh,
But
very nice.
it's
Rook
still
c7 is
Rook
on the board.
c7, bishop c8 on the board.
Bishop c8, so she didn't play queen,
Queen
d8,
d8.
yes. So
Okay.
she decided to keep her queen.
Now there are ideas of bishop takes and rook c6. I know that if you ever play e4, it's splat. I'm losing. But I start to think, how can I exploit this moment?
Actually,
Maybe
bishop c8 with the idea bishop
G-
a6? No?
Yes. Bishop g5 is a
That's a
tickle.
move, yes, of
Queen
course.
f8? Or what to play? Queen
I think
g8?
maybe queen g6.
The queen g6.
Queen. I still can't play knight f4.
Not yet, yes,
Not
but
yet.
you can prepare that with a move h4 after that. Perhaps that's an idea. I
Okay,
kind of like
bishop
bishop
g5
g5 followed by knight
Knight
c1.
c1?
No, this cannot be good. That's not the right direction.
Well, it does two things.
Yes.
It does avoid bishop a6 and it does defend the weakness. But you're right. The knight is not a happy camper on c1. It's just a defensive. But okay.
But maybe she wants to just to take the pawn on a5.
Now it's about nerves. I mean, the position's double-edged. Which of these two ladies will hold their nerves the best? Queen takes a5. You know, Irina is such an experienced player. She's saying, I don't want to be down a pawn. Should I play the move rook b4,
for example.
just to stop the threats?
And let's take a look at the times right now, guys.
Again?
Let's get a glimpse at that. 1 minute and 9 seconds for Jennifer against
But
2 minutes and 30 seconds for Irina. Irina has built up a very nice time advantage.
But
Exactly.
it can be gone very soon if you don't make a move.
I'd drop rook b4 on the board in a heartbeat. I would just be very, very happy.
She's going for it. Rook b4 is on the board.
Yeah, the same move faster is a little bit. Now the question is, what is white going to do? Because from white's perspective, this bishop's kind of maximized. Maybe you play king h2 because you're just not sure what you're supposed to do.
Rook e1.
Rook e1.
Once again, it just doesn't feel like that's the right.
Okay, I'm
Right
looking
direction.
at d3. That pawn
Wow.
could be very, very nice.
d3, knight takes d3.
Knight takes
Queen
d3,
d8
rook
is
d3.
Queen
on the
d8. I think she
Queen
decided to protect her
d8.
rook on e8 or something like that. So
Rook
rook
to
goes
c2.
back to c2.
Oh.
It's getting wild. d3 is
D3
possible.
I'm
is a
starting to
very
like this
strong-
move of yours, Yasser, d3.
Yeah,
but
very,
she
very much.
Played
pairs
bishop
that
a6
with the move
first.
bishop a6.
Bishop
Irina
a6.
is playing very inspired chess right now.
King h2.
King h2. Kind of perplexed, but not really. Knight f3 is still possible sometimes.
Yes. You kind of think that maybe king h1, but okay.
Well, let's go d3.
D3
I think
is
we have to go
D3.
for d3 right now.
that really feels like the money move.
Queen
No.
b6.
Queen d-
Queen b6.
Where is she going?
I.
Well, the
She
question
wants
is,
to go
what is
D3,
white?
but
Oh, rook c6.
feels-
Rook c6.
Wow! Look at this.
There is there's a tactic. Rook c6.
That's a
knight
killer.
takes c6. Rook
That's a
takes
killer right
e8.
there. Oh my
wow,
goodness.
Rook c6 just.
And I think she sees it.
Yes.
She was
She's
reaching-
just trying to
wha- wha-
understand if it's like.
Again, remind everybody, it's 10 minutes and only 2 seconds.
She
it's
has
not the
20
30
seconds left, guys.
And she
Rook
didn't
F2.
find it.
Misses it.
Wow.
She
played
missed
Queen f2 or what?
Oh.
Wait, but D3 no?
D3 is an automatic. Trade queens
Oh, but D3
and push the
is-
pawn.
Might actually be very painful right now.
Okay, d3 is a really.
Was rook c6 a winner?
Rook C6 was winning.
Wow. Okay, bishop
D3,
e3.
bishop e3
E3.
came immediately, by the way, no time.
Rook C6 was +7.
No.
Really? Oh
Plus
my
7.
goodness.
Oh, that's the second time that
You
Jennifer
don't
had
lose just the
winning-
pawn. You lose the pawn on D6, and after that, all of your pieces
Everything.
are
Bishop
folding.
b5 later on, yes.
But
Rook
now
to d2.
It's Irina who's on the offense.
So queen b7 she played and rook d2, yes?
Queen b7, rook d2
Two.
on the board.
20 seconds
Sorry,
for Jennifer, 1 minute
20.
and 5 seconds for Irina.
That minute and 5, I tell you, ticks down. But that 20 seconds.
But what to do now for black?
F5 is hanging.
Maybe rook f8 or
Queen
something.
D7.
Queen d7, she protects f5 pawn.
Bishop f4.
Bishop f4.
Okay, the bishop, I was about to say, I thought the bishop was much better placed on the f4 square than on the e3 square. She just did that as a tempo.
40 seconds for Irina, 20 seconds for Jennifer.
Okay, now it's
Is
getting
knight
wild. Yes.
g6?
At some point, you have to get the
Possibility?
knight out of
Okay,
the
rook
way.
b8
to
she
B8
played with the idea to maybe move her knight.
Yes,
and exchange and
exactly.
get back with the other rook on E8.
Now
on
that the
rook
pawn
f5.
on a5 is not hanging.
Bishop takes
I
E5,
wanted to
huge
ask-
decision. Huge decision right
Yes.
now.
Bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, knight takes d3. No, you got to get rid of that pawn. That
Yes.
pawn on d3 is just a...
But I'm afraid about some f4 ideas, you know, like take on d3 and then f4, because now if you take on f4, bishop f4, queen f4, rook e1.
That's clear.
Maybe, but there are some...
G3
Queen
check.
just, yes, so you have to check all
So
this.
knight takes
really
d3,
hard.
attacks the bishop.
You also have
and
the option
on
of taking
bishop,
on b3 first.
She took it. She
Yes.
went for the bishops of opposite color.
15
Will
seconds,
it
guys.
Will she
play
play
off?
f4?
I think
No,
it's time
king
to...
h8, of
king
course.
h8.
She decided to make this prophylactic move
What?
in order to have a f4 idea.
What a time for the
And rook
video.
g8, rook g8 she plays, yes.
What a time for the video.
Let's
to
watch
go
the full board
blink.
right now because there's no way
Rook
we're going to
e5.
keep up with them right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
we're
down
going
to
to
their
just
last
keep...
10 seconds.
Yes. So she decided to sacrifice her rook for the bishop, and rook b3 is on the board, rook f7, and what queen f6 was the threat. Yes.
Queen
so
f6 was a big
and
threat.
now
Bishop
rook
to
h7
e4.
is a threat. Rook
That's,
g7.
that's a
check.
big threat. Queen f7 right now.
I think it's
Wow.
gonna be.
Is Queen f7 just simply winning at that
It
point?
looks like.
Check and Queen f7.
Look at this, queen f7.
Where's the check? You don't have any checks
Yes,
anymore.
and
This is
then-
over.
Oh my
Queen
gosh.
takes h7.
Queen
Nailed
f7
it.
checkmate.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
She
Wow.
finds Queen f7 and takes it all the way to the bank.
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
This is unbelievable. And there was no defense because queen g8 was another threat, right, at this moment. So, like, if you try to defend it with the queen,
Right?
wow.
I lost
Really crazy moment.
connection on my, on my table.
And
It
look
was
how
like-
calm Irina is right now.
Of course,
This is a
I mean,
sign of
you-
experience.
She knows that her position was better at this moment, and
But
like,
she still has one more chance to get back
Yes.
in this match.
But Jennifer, rook e5, what a great idea, you know, to give your rook for the bishop.
Exactly. Well, just to review everybody, Jennifer will now defend the black pieces, and Irina is in a must-win situation.
Absolutely.
It's really that simple.
She needs to win this game to come back to the to the matches.
Did you feel the
Of
nerves
course I
there?
feel.
I
Wow.
mean, we're not that far away, but I just felt like the tension in the playing hall.
No.
I was jittery.
There was tension.
And again, Jennifer takes the first playoff, and Irina will have to bounce back with a win. Could we review the last 15 moves on your board? What the heck? Because I got a feeling that was a hot potato going back and forth, Cristian.
No, absolutely. I mean, this was the big moment right here. The first big moment of this match when Jennifer could have just simply won in one move with the move rook to c6. Now, Apparently, the engine is saying that you have to go all the
Wow,
way to
and give
b8
up-
and just give
yes.
up the bishop.
No,
Actually,
not
the
possible.
bishop is less important than the pawn on d6. For example, if you go queen to b7 after rook takes d6, everything falls in the position. Rook to e6 is a huge threat in the position. I'm also threatening to take and then follow it up with queen to g5. This is looking bad for black. This was a huge moment, and after what she played, queen to f2, this actually gives the advantage to black after the move d3. And let's take a look at where Irina went wrong. Perhaps queen to d7 was a bit too passive. Take on e5, take on d3.
Was
and at this
taking
point-
on d3 the right decision?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. You have to eliminate the knight and you have to save the dark square bishop in the position.
Can we check this f4 move immediately
At what
instead
point?
of king h8? Like
Here
just for
f4?
fun? Yes.
I think I just take, right?
Maybe you're losing, yes, but
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to
Because
show
of queen to
queen
g3.
g3, yes,
Yes,
and queen
right.
e1, yes.
I think
So
queen to
that's why she
g3
played
or
king
rook to
h8.
g3 and then queen to f6.
Also, yes, yes.
King to h8, I'm not sure why I can. And queen
That's
to
the
f6.
mate.
Yes.
That's
So
the mate.
that's why
so.
she played king h8 to prepare the same
Good
some
move.
ideas. Yes.
Good move by Irina. I really like this. But the problem is right now they're on equal footing when it came to their time.
Right.
So now rook takes e5 was
That was
perfectly
great.
played.
Yes, and rook f5.
And perfectly timed. And right now it is white who has the initiative. And in fact, after rook to f7, queen d6, she found the right sequence.
Wow,
And
bishop
after rook to
f4.
g, yes, queen to
And
f7, very
repeated
nice. Gain a
moves.
couple of seconds. Rook to b2, you can give one check, but where's your next check?
Wow.
Not on
You would love
b1.
to go to b1. Unfortunately, that bishop will capture that. Let's take a look at the end in slow motion.
It was this queen f.
Nice.
That was the
Morpher.
big move.
Nicely found, bishop to e4.
By the way, that bishop really is somewhere between e4 and e3 and
So they repeated once.
once. But
Repeated
now
once.
comes the money move right here. Check and queen f7.
I wonder if Irina realized
Of course,
at this
she.
point
Yeah,
She
I think
did.
she
that
realized
there's a
yes.
queen f7 sighting.
And now, like, there is no way to defend after that. Like, you cannot play
Double
moves queen
threat.
h6 because queen g8 is the threat. So
Right.
she tried her last chance, but okay, queen h7, yeah. Very unpleasant moment, of course,
Right.
for Irina and pleasant for Jennifer. Yes. What could
The opening gamble, if you will, because it paid off.
Paid
Christian.
off
It did.
handsomely,
I
yes.
mean, Irina did have the advantage out of the opening, but Jennifer somehow in that time scramble outplayed her
Wow.
more
Even
experienced
though-
opponent.
She had less time at certain point, right? Wow.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Everything was going smooth for Irina when she was up on time.
Right.
And I think this is critical to this matchup. She needs to put pressure on her opponent's time as fast as possible, as early as possible in the game. And we know right now Irina is probably outside talking with her coach. Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Back at the board because the
Yeah.
games are just about to start.
Jennifer just needs to make a draw, and she is a winner of the
You're-
U.S. Championships.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
Not a bad position to be in.
Not at all, not at all. And
And,
there's the heart handshake to start this round too. Again, I mean, for Irina, she's got to win.
Slav.
And the Slav defense
Yes.
is,
She
oh,
goes for the
exchange.
exchange variation,
Slav.
bishop f4.
I mean, to put all your marbles on the exchange, Slav, I guess it means that Irina didn't have any particularly good ideas or prep for the Slav. Exchange Slav is really considered a very equal way of playing these days for white. Yes. Bishop b5. Well, I'm not a big fan of this exact choice because I'm thinking queen b6, right? And then you don't want to take my knight. But queen b6 attacks the bishop. But then after knight c3, a6, b2 is hanging. You'll end up having to give me the bishop anyway.
Yeah. But actually it served her well yesterday in the game against
And she's
Queen
on
a5.
this type of positions.
Not
Okay, that
Queen
forces
a5.
knight c3, right?
only
Yes.
move. Nothing to nothing to do there. But
Knight e4, what she wants to play?
I think knight e4, bishop d7. Bishop
Yeah,
d7.
D7 first.
Okay. So that just kind of makes bishop takes c6 a no-go.
So Irina, in a must-win situation, went for the exchange Slav.
Right. It means that she
That's a
didn't have
bit
preparation for it. She didn't
Confounding.
expect this line of play.
Yeah, yeah. But I do believe that Jennifer is a Slav player, isn't she? I think she played it
Yes.
quite a few times in this tournament
Yes,
as
yes.
well.
But sometimes you know your opponent's going to play the Berlin,
Yes.
but you don't have anything prepared. I mean, you just
You kind of play it and that's it.
that's it. You just see what kind of
But
position
Jennifer
you're gonna
doesn't
get.
play the Berlin. And in fact,
But she plays Slav.
But she plays
but
Slav.
she plays the Slav, exactly. And actually, she came and gave us some interviews, and she was saying that I don't really know what to play against e4, and she had some problems in this tournament against 1e4. So a bit of a confounding idea by Irina Krush in the opening phase.
And by the way, even though the Slav is really one of the most solid defenses, been played for centuries, in fact, they're in a position that's unique to my database. The combination of bishop f4, bishop b5. They may transpose, but at this moment, no games in my database after the move knight e2.
Queen a5 seems to have been the novelty in this game. Nevertheless, I mean, the position remains very, very common.
Very rather standard position. I would
It's a
say.
standard position.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, after, I mean, again, if you're going to put the bishop on d7, the idea is you want to question the bishop, and you want to play the move a7, a6.
And then probably I will have to drop back to d3.
To d3, yes.
To d3, exactly. Bishop back to d3. Now the question is, should I go and try to hunt this bishop down? Like, for example, something like knight here.
I have a question for
Yes,
you guys, though.
please.
Why did she put her knight on e2?
Probably just decided to overprotect her knight on c3.
Maybe she was a little bit worried that
yes,
if she
about-
goes knight f3, knight e4.
Maybe. Something like that.
I mean,
Perhaps this is it, yes.
Otherwise I don't have a clear answer. Knight e2 kind of neutralizes knight e4.
You can
Now we
even go
have-
back
Again,
bishop d3.
And
e6 and
was castle.
But
yeah.
in general, the knight on e2 is not best placed. And,
No.
in fact, black very often plays the move bishop to g4 early on in the opening to try to force the move knight to e2 to defend the queen on that diagonal.
You definitely want knight e5 in
Knight
your
f3 and knight e5 is the
arsenal.
typical placement for the knight.
And
So-
by the way, after knight e2, e7, e6 came quickly, castles. Now the inclusion of queen a5 really, I have to question that inclusion. If you're playing queen a5 to play knight e4, I get it. If you're
Yes.
playing queen a5 to provoke knight c3,
Then
I
you
don't
help-
get it.
you help me to
You
develop
help me.
your pieces, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
On the
after
other hand,
castles, a6,
six.
bishop d3, bishop
Bishop
e7, a3. If I were in Irina's shoes there, I might have preferred h2, h3.
You want to
Oh,
keep this bishop alive?
I do,
Yes.
I
okay.
do,
That's,
I do.
And I also like this idea.
I think it's a
Yes.
very good bishop that kind of reaches into black's position. Pawn on d.
e5 played by Jennifer, and now I feel like finally Irina has to go for e4.
E3, E4.
I feel she has to go for this break right
Yes.
now.
And of course, if you need to win this game, you really need to play something.
Put
Well-
some pressure on your opponent, and your
Yes.
opponent just weakened her knight on c6.
Well, for me, I would probably take it a different step because I liked what you said that the knight really belongs on f3. Why? Because then I can jump to e5. After I see the move b5, I see this move knight to c1 with the ideas of jumping to c5.
That's
sh-
okay, but then I
should-
go
should-
castle.
Should I start with b4 though?
I think you have to, yeah.
Queen b6.
Queen
If you want to
B6.
play this idea.
And then knight c1.
knight c1. And I'm dreaming. I have a dream. Now, you're gonna probably
No, knight b5.
Let's try
then.
to
Knight b5.
cancel your dream. Yes.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Let's go castle first,
Yes.
Right.
Knight
and then
b3.
knight b3, knight a5.
What?
A5.
Yes. Knight. I thought you said
Yes, I
knight
also-
b3, knight a5. I was like, what? Okay, so knight
If I
takes,
take-
pawn
Take,
takes,
take.
push,
A4.
Now you push. Very
and I'm
nice.
dreaming of bishop c7.
You could do it immediately, maybe.
Rook c8.
Like
perhaps.
but yeah, rook queen b7.
Rook to c8. Yes, that's the.
All right, we have a. I think she played knight c1.
Did she?
Knight b1.
What?
What?
Excuse me.
What is knight b1?
A3, hold on. We have a bishop.
Knight b1, queen b6, knight d2 is on the board.
Knight b1?
Yeah.
Okay, same idea of
But too long.
it's a long maneuver, that is
Yes.
for sure. Queen b6, knight d2 on
This
the board.
doesn't make too much sense to my eyes.
No.
Well, okay.
It feels too slow.
It does. It feels very, very slow. But again, slow but certain. She is heading for the c5 square. Knight b3, rook c1, knight c5 on Irina's agenda.
I like also knight c1 because in this case knight h5 was not possible anymore, and you don't need
Right.
even to spend time for move h3. But now, I mean, again, black has always this option to take the bishop. Yes, so
Exactly.
knight c1 seemed really like good move.
Okay. Again, for those of you joining us late, shame on you. Secondly, Irina is in a must-win situation with the white pieces because she has lost the first game. We're in the second tiebreak game, and I really like this move by Jennifer very much. Knight a5. In a sense, White's approach is kind of monomaniacal, one idea. Put the knight on c5. Well, Jennifer says, first of all, if you put your knight on b3, I can take it. But I also have a square, the square c4. I'm going to try to put a knight on c4 before you get your knight to c5, and I really like this decision a lot.
And actually, Jennifer is playing super quick in this one. And I have to say, I'm impressed with her time management. 6 minutes and 59 seconds against 5 minutes and 54 seconds. A difficult position right now to be in for the 8-time national champion, Irina Krush, because,
Right.
well, I mean, her dreams right now of obtaining an opening advantage are shattered at this point. She doesn't have anything in the position, and she will have to pull a rabbit out of her hat to actually win this game.
Exactly. Now, unfortunately for Jennifer, after this very strong move, knight a5, she's going to have to fall back on a decision maybe she doesn't, she might come to regret. But if you don't play e3, e4,
Like-
there's really nothing for you in the position.
B4.
e4 now.
B4 was
b4.
played.
I thought about it like knight c4 and now knight b3. This is the idea.
That's what
no?
she's going for.
Well,
and
the
knight
knight on
b3 maybe.
the knight on c4 certainly makes a very pleasing impression. Knight to b3. Okay, the knight gets to c5,
Yes.
but
She has to play fast, though.
does
Irina.
Maybe
Irina.
the difference is that white has some ideas with even after knight c5 to play e4 sometimes, and black, it's really hard for black to push e5, at least at the moment.
It's time for Jennifer to castle, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Castle, knight
And then we're going to
c5,
most likely see something along the lines of knight to c5.
for
Then
example.
I don't really want to entomb my rook with a move like bishop e8. So I would probably
But
be
you're
more.
not actually threatening my bishop, so let's go
No.
rook c8, right?
Yeah, but I'm more in the line that I want to play a6, a5, and
Yeah.
therefore I'm thinking that with my bishop on c6, I'll support a capture on a1,
Yeah.
followed by rook to a8. You're right. I could start with rook c8, but there again, I'm one of those saying, am I absolutely sure the rook is the best
Yes.
square?
Castle, knight c5 is on the board, guys.
Castles, knight c5.
Yes.
Expecting bishop c6, but also if I can get away
A5
with a5
immediately.
immediately, I would find that move as well as bishop c6 the most attractive.
Right now, they're basically even on time. Jennifer has spent quite a few minutes on her last couple of moves. Bishop takes c5, huge decision
Bishop takes c5.
She took.
by
She took on c5.
Jennifer. Wow.
Whoa. surprised, yes.
For me, no way.
I
No
have
way,
to
Jose.
say, this is a very strange decision to my
I
eyes.
don't like that
D
decision.
c5. Okay.
I would play d takes c5
She
in a
played it.
heartbeat.
She played it.
And
queen
then
b7.
after queen b7, I would play bishop takes c4 in a heartbeat with the idea of playing bishop e5 and knight d4.
Bishop c2. She's going for the
Bishop
mate, in fact. She's going
C2.
for ideas of queen to d3 in the position.
Bishop c2.
Wants
So
to keep
she's
the two
kind of
bishops.
encouraging e5, right?
E5 looks good right now. Absolutely, E5 looks good. And maybe after the move bishop to G3, ideas of bishop G4, bishop H5, bishop G6 to cover up the king side.
And make a to try
H6.
Ooh, h6.
How are we doing on time?
this is-
5
Bishop
minutes for Irina, 4
c2,
minutes and
h7,
55 seconds
h6.
for
Okay, that stops bishop g5, but I thought e5, and in case of bishop g5, knight e4 was the way to go. Oops, excuse me, that was my mouse slip.
H6.
Queen d4, now
Queen
taking full
d4, yes.
control of
Yes, so
the
and
dark
if
squares.
rook e8, bishop f...
No, queen
d4.
d3.
She played queen d3?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
That's not checkmate.
e5? What about e5?
I'm all for it.
That is a very
e5,
good
and
question.
I liked your decision there to try to neutralize this bishop on c2 with ideas of bishop h5
So
to
bishop
g6.
h4 right now. After bishop g4, bishop h4.
Oh, I have to play g5. No, nothing to do
Wow.
about it.
Oh, yes.
And
And now wait, Yasser,
Wow.
go back,
Oh.
go back. I'm going to try to get adventurous for a second. F4.
F3? Or 4? Yes, F4.
F4.
I
Let's
like
go
it.
for it. I'm not saying it works.
It's fun. though.
okay,
I'm not sure, because you can probably take on h4 and what you'll do.
The thing is, it's not my pieces.
it's the commentators.
95. Oh, 94 even.
It's the commentators' benefit. We get
Yes.
to throw
We
our
have,
pieces and then take
We have
all
a
of our
move.
moves back.
E5 is on the board, bishop g3.
Bishop
and,
d3, okay.
G6.
G6.
Okay, well, this is also a very direct approach, but she wants to play bishop f5 and captures. One question I always ask,
Yes.
when you play the move g7, g6, do you have a dark square bishop?
I have.
You're
And,
right.
and black, no.
And black not. Yeah. That's a
Good
consequential
question,
move.
actually.
You know,
yes.
yeah,
You should
right.
always remember. By the way,
By the
Queen
way,
C3.
What about
who
my bishop?
has
Yes.
the dark squared bishop?
Well, that's what she's
Well-
asking right now.
Queen c3, threatening bishop e5.
Correct. And
But
this
if you go
move,
rook e8, I think I can go ideas of f4, in fact.
f4, h4.
yes,
No, h4 is
rook
not so good.
e8, f4 is really a very powerful
I-
question.
Is that a move?
What about e3?
We do have rook e8 on the board. Pardon me.
I mean, e3 square becomes weak. I don't know, but
I
you
want to
cannot
take
really.
on f6.
But you cannot use it.
I can
F6,
take on
I take on
f6.
g3, f7 check. Yes, it is a
That
bit
might be
unpleasant.
problematic, yes.
Okay.
So maybe she should do it with another rook.
So f4.
Big moment and big decision for Irina right
No,
now.
f4 must.
No, I'm playing f4 because I want to blast open this bishop.
But
Now,
then you have to start calculating ideas of knight to g4.
knight to g4. I'm happy about knight to g4 because again, I'm just opening up the dark squares. I'm
And I take
opening
on
up the
E3?
f5. Yes.
Take
I'm just saying that
E3?
this I'm happy with. I'm a little bit worried about d4. This is a more of a kind of a positional pawn sacrifice where the knight could be very
F3. Very
F3.
strange. Why?
Okay.
F3.
Okay.
She doesn't want to burn bridges at the
Exactly.
moment.
There's this combination of really, sharp, hard move like g7, g6, and e5, and then a soft move like f3 from Irina. I'm not really sure they fit.
Maybe
I
she
liked
wants to
f4.
play-
I liked f4.
Maybe
But
she wants
at
to
the
play
same
bishop
time,
d3.
Exactly,
bishop
yeah. I
e5.
think the idea is to go eliminate the knight on c4, and then you still have problems with the pawn on e5.
You think
Maybe
something like
Bishop
Bishop
d3
d3?
or rook d and rook d1. Like,
well, I would be kicking this bishop back.
Bishop
Bishop
c6.
to c6.
Okay, she's getting
Okay,
ready to
I
defend.
was going to say I would be kicking this bishop away from g3 and maybe going. Okay, pardon me.
I think her idea is to defend the king side with her queen.
I mean, I would be thinking of maybe trying to trade.
so bishop b3, yes. With the idea to
bishop
take
c6,
the knight.
And she
to
played
take on
bishop to
f5.
b3.
Now queen e7 seems to be the right solution.
Or queen c7.
Again, knight g3, knight h5.
Queen
No.
e7
Queen e7.
on the board.
I think she wants to also
She
protect.
played that kind of quickly.
The king side.
Is time trouble beginning to rear its ugly head?
2 minutes and 50 seconds for both players. They're
Okay.
neck in neck in terms of their time spent.
Again, it's going to come down to nerves. This move, Queen e7, I love to try to play bishop h4, induce
What?
g5, so that I can one day bring my knight to g3 to f5.
Rook e1,
Didn't
rook
happen.
d8.
So now bishop h4 is like she's asking for this move.
But then she's going to go g5. She has to respond with g5.
Okay,
Have to.
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I'm fine with that, yes.
you know, bishop to h4, g5, bishop to g3. I still don't know what my two bishops are doing, but at least I have a plan of planting my knight on a beautiful outpost. She's done
Bishop
it.
She's going for
yes.
it. Bishop h4
Trying
is
to
on the board.
provoke g5.
Now the position becomes extremely destabilized.
Queen
to
e6.
e6.
Ooh, she doesn't break the pin at once.
I thought she had to go for it and then go g4 actually. Follow it up with g4, g3 and
Okay.
g4. g5 and g4.
f4, is it possible now?
At a certain
f4,
moment-
knight e4 I think is a problem.
Knight
f4,
f4, yes.
knight e4.
e4, yes.
Also, a small problem with f4 is I'm always cognizant of the
Yes.
move d5, d4. Even at the cost of a pawn, that bishop could be really, really dangerous once you've played the move f4.
But
And
guys,
unfortunately, knight
yes.
f4.
Clock.
Irina is
Clock.
dropping to her last 1 minute and 30 seconds while
think it's
Jennifer is
time.
still 2 minutes and 45 seconds on her clock.
I think
43
it's time
seconds.
for
Knight
a4. a4, open up the a file so the rook could land on a6 and the clock.
Yeah.
It's getting scary.
We could be seeing the last moments of this championship right now.
Can Irina force an Armageddon with a victory?
I'm sure she's
got to
counting
play
knight
a4.
f4. Knight f4.
Knight
also.
f4?
Yes.
Whoa, whoa.
E takes f4, bishop f6. Don't know. I mean,
She's you're going
Knight
for it,
f4.
Anastasia.
I don't know. I mean, that's why now.
No.
Yeah, she
F2.
decided not to do it. Mhm.
Discretion, the part of, I don't know. I like the bishop on h4. I thought it was time to play a5. I think Irina's being far too
Cagey.
passive.
Yes, yes, yes.
Maybe she doesn't want really. It's difficult to find the right strategy
Well,
at this moment. Like,
yeah, she's
shall I
not-
keep the position and wait for my opponent to do a mistake, or the fact that Jennifer just needs a draw maybe also like can affect her play,
Knight
and she doesn't
d7.
want to risk also.
And a4.
Yes.
Finally, she goes for the plan that you were recommending.
Yes, but I was recommending at a time when the bishop was on h4. And here,
Yeah, so
I'm
you
a little
cannot
bit.
have everything.
Why not? Why not?
I want everything.
I mean, it sure would be nice, wouldn't it, to have
I know,
everything?
I know.
Here in this moment, I probably would trade on a4, even at the cloud, because I'm thinking this pawn is a little bit weak. So imagine I take,
Take, yes.
c, a5.
Ooh.
Oops, a5.
I'm
Knight
trying-
b8.
Knight b8. She took on b5 immediately.
She's
when
trying to
Knight
defend
b8.
the 6th rank.
I think she should have taken. Maybe.
Oh, perhaps she wants to take with the bishop and get the knight to c6.
I like that idea very much.
Well, let's
but I
see
would
if
have
she goes
done
for
it. I would have wanted the knight on c5.
By the way, right now I think the
Knight
times
b8.
are getting very close to being even.
So
Once
again,
again.
we're thinking takes. The knight will be very comfy on the c6 square.
but then you have to worry about e4
E4
ideas.
sometimes, yes, and with the idea to kind of
Yep.
ask questions.
You're asking questions. You're asking all the right
Bishop
questions.
b5.
But
Bishop b5, yes.
On the
A,
board.
B, bishop b5. Nonetheless,
Okay, Irina has to
if
do
you go
moves.
e4, there, well, then that is a nasty pin.
Maybe now time to go f4
f4.
and try to get
Whoa,
the d4
whoa, whoa,
square
whoa,
for
whoa,
my
whoa.
pieces.
Wow. And yes, like open up the position a
f4.
bit.
That would be
Open up the dark squares. We've
Yes.
been trying to open up the dark squares for a very
Rook
long time.
c1. Why?
Somehow I would not have guessed
Now
Irina
e4.
to play.
wants to
Yes,
e4
now
as
she
well.
wants to play e4 with the idea bishop takes c4. Wow.
Correct, but I'm not sure that works.
Well, we're playing knight c6 regardless,
It
right?
feels like you have to go knight c6, right?
Yep.
Knight no.
No, she says queen c6.
Queen c6. Okay, I can't guess the moves.
She's trying to get,
I simply can't guess the moves
she
anymore.
wants to meet e4 with,
With d4, yes.
And then knight e3.
And knight
e4,
e3. Okay.
d4, and
By the way,
knight
guys,
e3.
30 seconds, last few seconds.
Wow, wow, wow,
I
wow,
want
wow.
to see Armageddon.
Oh,
Yes.
my
But
goodness,
it
20
seems like,
seconds.
No, you have to make a move because then it's
versus
going to be,
50.
yeah.
e4 is on the board.
She's done it,
Are
and
we
now
going to see
d4,
d4? By the
is
way,
forced.
d4, bishop takes d4 is an option.
Ah.
Maybe she missed something. I'm not sure about d4, bishop takes d4.
And knight d4 and then bishop c4.
No, that's fine. D4 is forced.
She takes immediately.
With the knight.
Yes, and the bishop, with some ideas, bishop h8
So
sometimes.
she's saying the knight is trapped on c4?
What?
That's hard to believe. Maybe she's got a point. You got to play rook takes d4.
And we know that Jennifer likes to give her rooks for bishops.
So
Yes,
here
she
we
most
go.
probably will
She's
play.
reaching
Let's
with
see if she's gonna
20
go for it.
seconds.
Yes,
I
rook
think she's
d4 is
reaching for
Because
the
the
knight.
yeah,
Knight
no,
e5.
knight e5.
knight e5.
Then what if
Excuse me,
bishop
what?
takes?
Rook d3.
What is that?
Rook d3. Rook d3.
Rook d3, queen b2.
Rook
I've
b3.
got to. Well,
Whoa,
bishop to d5.
Oh my god.
Look
Now
at
I
this.
can actually take on
Take and
d5
queen d5.
and defend the knight on e5. No,
Yes.
this is looking good for black right
Yes, rook d5 I think is winning. Yes, and
She's
she
done
finds
it.
it. Yes, okay. No, she had to take
She's
on
done
e4
it.
before.
now.
Queen takes d5.
Rook e1.
Rook e1.
Okay. Are you
Okay,
going to
now
take
the
on
threat
f3?
is f4. Knight c6.
What? Knight
She
c4, rook
dropped her rook.
Rook e8?
No, the bishop
oh
is
my
hanging.
goodness.
The
There's
bishop.
still the bishop.
Sorry, I've overlooked the bishop.
Yes.
There's a mate
Oh, he's
coming.
threatening mate.
There's a mate coming.
f6, queen takes, f6.
Oh my gosh.
4
F6.
seconds.
Queen f7, the only move. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Oh my goodness.
4, 3.
This is not over yet, guys.
It's gonna be interesting. Rook d1
Knight
she plays.
c6. Oh,
2 seconds, 1 second. Oh my gosh, she almost flagged. 3 seconds right now.
Rook e1 now, and what's going on? Rook e7 maybe? Knight d2, I don't know the moves. Bishop
Oh.
e5. Knight takes queen e5. I think now queen e8 and
No,
no.
queen
Is it
f6,
she-
rook e7, queen d8.
Queen d8
man,
and rook
She has to
e7.
go queen
yes.
f8. Queen f8 is still...
No,
Rook
she
e7,
missed.
yes, and she won.
missed.
And she forces the Armageddon.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so 1-1.
That was nerves and the clocks and wow.
What a game. I mean,
What a turn of events, guys.
Before we came on the show, you were
Yes.
saying, Anastasia, that you were having coffee this
yes,
morning with
today
a lot of ladies.
with Nazi, with
and
Sabina,
everybody was
and
saying,
Anna.
don't worry, you'll see an Armageddon.
Yes, exactly. Yes, everybody was like kind of trying to predict what will happen, and we came to conclusion that both of these ladies are great fighters, and it's going to be Armageddon. I mean,
And
there
who
is
was
no
there?
way.
Who predicted
Anna
Sabina?
Zatonsky, Sabina for sure, and Nazi Paikidze. We had coffee nearby, and like we were trying to guess how it will go there.
I would say good guesswork. Take us through the very, very nervous finals. But first of all, again, the playoff is 1-1.
Yes, 1-1 we have, and we're going to see the Armageddon game. 5 minutes to white, 4 for black, and
This is the never-ending story. The tournament just keeps going and going and going.
everybody's asking for action.
Yeah, right. What was going on? How did the valuations change in this one?
It was swinging. It was all over the place. Take a look at this.
Right.
At this point, very nicely timed exchange sacrifice with rook takes d5, and right now after rook to e1, knight to c4 was a decisive mistake. In fact, she was supposed to go knight bc6, put some pressure on d4, and right now this pretty much forces this trade. But let's take a look at the lots right
Yeah,
now.
drawing of
the
lots.
lots.
Get drawn. So it will be a 2-second increment in effect from move 61 onwards, okay? We're going to set up a little monitor near the computer so you can both see this display but a little closer to you, okay? Jennifer, since Irina got to do the other one, you will do the coin toss. Whoever wins needs to immediately pick whether they want white or black, okay? Heads and tails. Go ahead and call. You're correct, it's a head. So would you like white or black? Black?
Black.
She
chooses
chooses black. Yes.
There was a recent Armageddon in the Rapid and Blitz. I think it was between Fabi and Ali Reza, and Fabi chose white,
Yes.
and it played off.
And I remember, yes, Cristian was not sure if it was the best choice at the time. But anyway, like Jennifer chooses black, and she kind of says with this choice that if I make a draw, I'm going to become a champion. Yes.
Now, remind our viewers about the Armageddon, what Chris Bird just said. It's
Yes.
5 minutes to 4 minutes in terms of the starting times, with
Yes.
no increment for the first 60 moves.
Yes.
But following the 61st move, then the players get a bonus.
2 seconds.
2 seconds
Per
for
move,
each
yes.
move. And in case of a draw,
Black wins.
black wins.
Yes.
It's that simple. And did you like Jennifer's choice?
I think it's it's a brave choice. She will get viciously attacked. You can bet on that because Irina will be coming with some very interesting ideas. I don't think we're going to see once again this exchange love, but who knows? Let's just wait and see.
It's true.
And let's see the end of the game using our magic of television in slow-mo. This is where she should have played knight to be
B6, activate the last piece in the position.
And this is where I forgot that the bishop actually defends the rook. I thought she just blundered mate.
That's what we all
Bishop
thought.
H8.
Bishop H8 threatens Queen G7.
But that was a nice
7
move.
seconds.
That was a nice
And that stopped Jennifer. Jennifer ticked down, it looked till 3. It looked like she's... Queen takes F6, Queen F7.
But there was a moment right here. Irina
Yes.
played her move with 1 second. Let's
Yes.
take a look at this.
No,
Yes, look at
really?
this 3.
Yes, look at this.
Yes.
1, 2. Oh no, not
No,
this
2
one.
seconds.
Yes, it was 2
This one
seconds.
with 2 seconds, but the next
Okay.
one.
Bishop B5. That
She
was
played rook e1 and then
3,
she decided rook
2,
e1. Yes.
1. No, not
Okay,
yet.
almost.
Not yet.
almost.
yet. Maybe
Knight
this
C6.
one.
But this is where Jennifer...
This is the one.
This is bishop f6.
1 second on her clock.
second.
Yes. And
I mean, unbelievable. By the way, she played also with 1 second yesterday against Anna Zatonsky. And Anna, when she saw 31 seconds on her on Irina's clock, she was
Right.
We were half a second
that
away
was a...
from the end of this tournament. We were half a second away from the end of this tournament.
Oh my God. Now, knight take... I didn't like that move. I thought the knight should have come back. Now, here it comes. This is going to be the $10,000 move coming up. Queen F7, Queen D8. She should play Queen F8.
Yes, because
Keeping in mind the rook E8 is
player.
protected.
The position is still lost even after that, but it's the best way to fight.
yes,
But
rook
king-
e7 was the best move. Yes.
And then Irina forced
I mean, I would
the
still play its 2
Armageddon.
pieces against queen. I would have played it for a while.
Oh boy,
Yes.
oh boy.
I mean, especially with seconds.
Nerves.
And you can see the laptop right now in front of them so that the players know when they reach 61 moves.
Ah, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that it's
That's
possible
why they
now.
have it. That's why they posted that laptop there.
That's interesting. I've never seen that.
Me too.
Yes.
That's for me unique because
But
maybe
you know
for
why?
3 move repetitions, maybe for 60 moves.
But you know
Please.
why?
Why?
Because one of the players has vision towards the monitor and the other doesn't. So one player has the advantage. You can see the monitor on the wall.
The big monitors with
monitor.
all the
So they
all
can
the
see
games.
when they reach 61 moves, but the other player cannot see. So they
Okay,
have to,
I see what you mean. The
Yes.
monitor is
yes,
there.
you see the monitor behind. Yes.
Right.
So
Where-
Jennifer with black pieces can see that. Irina cannot unless she watches the laptop.
I see. Okay. As we get ready for game, I'm just.
That's a
I have
pretty nice table, by the way, for that laptop. It's like,
Now
Who's
you're
got a front row seat, huh? I wonder if there's a webcam on the laptop. And they're
here we
up.
go, guys.
Yes.
And
Are we going to see E5? Yes.
yes.
By the way, Jennifer has to play fast. She has 1 less minute on her clock as we start the game, and there is no increment.
Right.
Right now, we're expecting either D3. Okay, now white can challenge that center with the move C4, but that allows D takes C4 and the exchange of the queens. She decided against it, E4.
Right.
And right now,
Funnily-
Jennifer is taking her first thing.
Funnily enough, I get these positions with Caro-Khans with a pawn on C6, and I get to play H6 and Bishop E6, and guess what? We're almost into a check Benoni. Remember that first game
With reverse colors.
with the
Yes.
reverse colors? I was expecting C5 there. I'm expecting F5.
Yes.
Whoa!
What just happened?
Whoa,
She moved her bishop.
she let it. Oh,
she let
this
it
is
go.
over.
No.
This is over, guys.
Resigned. She
That's-
blundered a bishop.
That's the blunder of a bishop in one move. Wow.
I cannot believe it. Wow.
What a moment.
Wow, what to say? Queen G4, Bishop G4, Queen takes G4. She just blundered a bishop.
And once
she
you
let the
let go,
bishop-
And the
once you
weird
let
part-
go of that bishop, it's over.
Right.
Yes.
It's touch move, but it's
In a
also
friendly game, you can
release.
say, "Hey, let me. It's just touch
I'll
move.
put
Let's
the
play
bishop
touch
back
move.
on
Let me put
E6.
the bishop back." Not in an official game.
No.
It will be great to see this moment later to understand like how
Oh my God.
What a
And-
tragedy, actually. Yes, I mean,
Right.
this is
And
crazy.
right now, all Irina has to do is
Trade.
gather her nerves and just slow down and finish the job.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just trade. She's a piece.
Peace up, just the
There's a
message from the
bishop on
beginning.
G2, and there's no light
compensation.
square bishop for black.
Zero
Wow.
compensation. And right
What-
now, Irina might be looking at her 9th title.
Wow.
Exactly. Bishop to D2.
This one we couldn't predict.
No.
I mean, like, yeah, happens.
How the fortunes can change in just a minute.
In a
Chess
second.
is a crazy
In a second.
game. Like, you make a move and you lose 10,000.
That's hurtful. Now,
Have you ever experienced it? It felt
if,
like
there's
you had...
if there's a possibility of making a mistake in chess, I've done it twice.
Oh,
Because I wasn't sure it was a bad mistake the first time. Very good move by Irina, of course. Just trade everything. She's doubled rooks properly on the open file.
I
and
think
just
you can take
keep
on
trade.
F5, play queen H5 in this position.
Can't I take three times on F5 and go queen
also-
G4
Queen G4?
check?
That's winning. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
winning,
beautiful
cool.
way to finish
Bishop
the game.
takes, pawn takes, rook takes.
That is a great way
followed
to
by
finish the
queen
game.
G4. All I want to do is just trade.
And make sure that I have an extra piece. But I think she played
G4.
something else.
Okay.
G4 also, like,
But G4
G4.
knight D6 has to be played, right?
Right?
I don't know about this move G4.
Me too.
What a
I'm starting to
peculiar
sweat
move.
a little bit around my king, right?
What a peculiar move.
I know.
I mean, bishop takes H5, bishop takes F5, and queen
Okay.
H5
Yes,
was
no,
another.
of course, it's...
But
All
knight
right.
D6.
Knight D6, you have to play knight D6.
Okay.
Do we have knight takes D6, or do we blunder bishop takes H2? I think she played it.
Knight d6, yes?
I'm not sure.
Well,
Yes.
bishop takes
This-
H2
Bishop
makes,
H2 is on the board.
makes it a little bit confusing.
I mean, you do get a lot of pieces for that queen.
Yes.
That is
But how
true,
many?
but a piece versus
I mean, if
No, I
Irina,
would never have
if
gone for
Irina will not win this game, I mean,
something
you make
is
suicide. I mean, after
exactly.
that, I mean, you
It-
commit
No, but
this is very confusing, everybody. This is not
This is
the
not
way
easy anymore, guys.
you're supposed
This
to win
really
a piece
is not
up.
easy anymore.
Okay, rook h2, rook e2. Let's try to count everything.
No, rook H2 you want, yes. Okay.
What, for example?
Rook
Or-
H2, rook E2, and then maybe rook takes F7. But then
May-
you take on D6.
I thought that you
But
take
then I
first.
take on E2.
Okay, king takes H2 is on the board.
King takes h2. Okay.
But we see queen takes D6.
Queen d6,
That's a
bishop f4.
check.
But bishop F4 I
Bishop
take.
take queen e8, check, rook f8.
It's equal now.
I cannot
Guys,
believe it.
No.
the position is equal now.
No way.
Unbelievable.
What is Irina doing? I think, again, it's nerves. It's just, you cannot explain
Are you
this.
kidding me?
No. You can't explain what Irina's just done. You take on F5 and you go queen H5. Even if you don't see queen G4, you do not play G4 and allow these types of ticks.
And she's a minute ahead on the clock right now.
No
and
way.
Remember, there's no increment up until move 61.
Why is this equal? What should black do?
Well, what does white do,
White do.
right now is the question.
She's going to move her king. Let's say king to G1.
King to G1, and then I take your queen.
And I have to take the rook on king to H1.
Queen to h1, rook e2, rook
Rook
takes.
E2, rook E2.
Probably rook f1, bishop f1. So
Okay,
now
I mean-
she got a rook and two bishops
It's
for
not
queen.
over. White still has some
Queen
decent
course.
pieces in the position.
D5 check.
Yes, you
She's
cannot
looking
play
at it
bishop g2 because
taking-
rook f1 would be.
You have to be careful not to get
Yes.
checkmated if you start hunting for pawns.
Probably Jennifer doesn't want to exchange rooks, but I'm not sure if it's possible.
Okay, now
Because
it
rook
seems like
e8.
Irina might still be winning. She's back to her
Well,
winning. ways.
sorry, what happened? I'm asking you, where was
We
equality?
will see that after the game. But she
That's
had
not
this move.
helping me.
You remember when she played this move Queen
Okay,
D5
she
a
needs
couple
to
of
play
moves ago?
g5 now, probably.
When she played Queen D5, she was supposed to actually play Queen G3, invade via G3.
G5, protecting the pawn on
I like that
G5.
move.
This is a good move, and probably now she wants to play like rook f2, then make her bishops active.
It's all about the time right now, guys.
So rook g2, something like that. Yeah, because no increment for
There's no
Irina
increment, and
until
this is
Rook
only move
G2,
28.
queen D1.
This is only move 28. Irina needs
She
to speed
did
up.
play rook g2. She
Rook G2,
invited
Queen
queen
D1.
d1. Why did she do this? This is. I'm getting.
But guys,
I'm getting
Irina doesn't have
crazy.
time to think.
Yes.
She needs to play
But
Fast.
fast
Yes.
moves.
But now Black's king, when it was in a potential mating net, now has the opportunity to get out of.
But do you get out? Because I go rook e2 after king f7. I try to slow you down.
True, I can.
Rook
certainly-
e2, and then how do you get your queen out? Actually,
What do you want? So
Queen
that's why maybe
F3,
she played
okay.
Queen F3. What now? Bishop B8 she wants to play? I don't
rook
think
f2.
so.
Rook
I don't
f2,
know what
of
she wants to
course.
play, but she has
Rook
to play
f2.
fast.
Wow, and Bishop G2 or what?
Of
yes,
course,
Bishop G2.
you're-
So you have to make your pieces active. Yes.
Okay, but Black just helped White enormously.
Move
because
33. We're
you're threatening
27
mate
moves
now.
away from
Bishop
move
to
60.
d5 is a kind of a
No.
mating threat.
Bishop
is
D5.
Is that
yes.
checkmate almost? No.
No.
Bishop
Look at this. Bishop
G3.
D3 with the idea Rook F7.
Guys, but she has 23 seconds.
She's got to
for
play h5. No, then it's rook
Rook
it's
F7,
game
yes.
over. This
Yes.
is just winning. Rook
23
f7.
seconds
It's
for
game over.
25 moves, though.
She needs to play something like Queen E3 maybe. Rook
23
F7,
seconds
King.
for
For 25 moves.
moves.
She needs to play fast. Whatever happens next,
But
she
it's
needs to play
mate.
fast.
It should be.
It's mate.
Queen
It's just
E3
rook f7.
or Queen E8. Yes. What?
King g2.
Rook F7.
Why is she
no?
not going rook f7?
And then
Rook F-
Bishop something, Bishop B5 or I mean.
can't
Ah,
I
right
don't-
now she's threatening to go. She has to go
h5 was a
fast.
good
Rook
move.
F7.
King h8. King h8.
The only move.
Only
By the
move.
way, times are equal almost right now.
Come on, Jennifer. King h8.
The only move, yes, play King H8. King F1. What is the idea? Maybe Bishop B1, Bishop D2, something
Queen
like
to
that.
e3. She has to play fast. Both of them have to.
Check. King up. Let's go.
Rook F7, repeating.
Go.
And
13
10 seconds right now.
10
She has to
seconds.
make a move.
Bishop F2.
Queen c1 check.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Queen takes
she's not gonna
C2.
make it. She's not gonna make it. She's 20 moves
Bish-
away.
4 seconds.
This is over, guys.
Yes, you cannot make.
This is over.
Check.
It's too late for Irina
Check.
to speed things up.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, illegal
That's
move.
an illegal move,
No, I
and
mean
that finishes the game.
No, it's a penalty of 2 minutes, I believe.
But it doesn't
Yes.
matter. She's 14 moves away
and she has
making
2
61
seconds.
moves. There's no way with 2 seconds she's going to complete all her moves.
So,
And
first
there's
of
no
all, there's a 2-minute penalty
Yes.
in favor of.
Jennifer, so she'll not lose on time, and it means yes. Before that, she had still some chances.
How
because
many?
Jennifer had
14
3
moves.
seconds.
There's no way. It's
14
physically
moves
impossible.
in 2 seconds.
No
It's
way.
physically impossible to make the moves.
And Jennifer, oops,
They didn't push the button of
Properly.
Yeah. So and now what he pushed?
well,
yet.
he's just making sure that it's. Now we're expecting
Oh come on.
This is over.
G5.
This is over.
Yeah.
Her
it's
time
finished.
has expired.
Okay, this is really a tragedy. This game is just a big tragedy.
Incredible.
I can't believe what I just saw,
Incredible.
everybody. That
Yes.
was one of the most remarkable.
Absolutely
Armageddon.
insane finish.
So let's put all this together. First, Jennifer lost her bishop just in one move.
For nothing.
For nothing, yes. And then Irina didn't manage to win this game.
With an extra piece,
And,
and ended up losing on time.
But she was so
after
winning.
making an illegal
Like, look
move.
at Jennifer, her emotions are like, she cannot believe what had just happened.
Oh my goodness.
We have a winner.
And there's our champion.
She gave a bishop and still she won this championship.
This
What
is
a
like
finish.
falling
Unbelievable.
across the finish line. You know? I mean, I don't even know how to express this.
Absolutely
Falling.
disrespectful championships. Like you give a piece and still you win this tournament. It's
Comes to
unbelievable.
Incredible
Comes to a
comeback
close.
victory for young Jennifer Yu.
Okay, yeah, sir,
Wow.
congratulations, your pick, and also Varush.
Varushin.
Probably he has heart attack
But
right
I
now.
think both Var and I are in shock by what we just saw. I mean, it's just unbelievable that you're an entire piece ahead and completely winning, and everything that everything had been going swimmingly well for 20 moves, and then the wheels came off.
Cannot believe
And
what-
just after this moment, I mean, you can resign this
Yes.
position, and all you do is you take the knight.
This
You
is
take
a-
the knight, and then you take the pawn and queen g4.
And of course you take the pawn, but if you don't see queen g4, all you're trying to do is trade pieces.
Queen
That's
H5,
all you're
of
Yes,
trying
Queen
to
H5,
do.
yeah.
Knight G5,
Knight
if you want later.
G5, you just
Yes.
keep trading more and more pieces until you're left with an extra piece.
Yes.
Instead, she played this strange move, G4, and even after G4, you could play rook takes F7. Why not? Rook takes F7, knight takes F7, queen F3, and you continue your trading.
Yes, she took on D6, went
She
for
took
this.
on D6, and now it's absurdly complicated.
It's just complicated. You know, it's one of the tricks. Yes.
Wow. And then, well, let's see the moment where Jennifer played bishop G4. So
And
it's
let
touch
go.
move.
It's,
yeah.
Yes.
And the crazy part is, in the previous game, she played F5
She
automatically.
wanted to take it back right now,
Like,
and then she
okay,
realized.
this is like normal situation, yes.
and then she realized, oh, I
She-
just let go of it, so I cannot take
She
it
let
back.
go of it.
Everything
so
goes fast.
sometimes in blitz, it's touch clock. Your game,
Your move is completed when you push the clock,
Clock,
yeah, the
exactly.
button, but it's not the case right
But to
now.
keep
yes.
her composure at this point and finish the game,
I mean, I cannot.
it's just incredible.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Then Irina fought her way back to an advantage position right here as well. We're at a loss for words.
Yes,
I don't know what-
absolutely. Like
I don't
this
know what to
position
say.
was still winning, but it was not so easy anymore, right?
As
It was
before.
already complicated. Yes.
Right, but
Yeah.
okay. Rook to F7 check. She had actually allowed this one very important move. It gives Black's king
Some squares.
H8
Yes,
and
H7
H7. So
square.
this move H7, H5, and then after it's all about the clock.
Yes, exactly.
Then they were down to 10 seconds for some ridiculous number of moves,
like 20 moves, something like that.
But Cristian is with the 2022 U.S. Women's Champion, Cristian.
Jennifer, first of all, huge congratulations. How are you feeling right now after that madness that just ensued over the chessboard?
I just want to apologize for how bad that game was. I don't even know what I was doing. I did it again. I hung a piece against her again on like move 5. And I was like, there's no way that I lose the US championship because I hang a bishop against Irina twice. Like, I was like, first time, it's bad enough.
Yes,
and
bishop
then
H4.
I was just like, oh my God, it's probably over. And then, you know, when there's no increment, you know,
How did
it's tricky.
you manage to get yourself back mentally at that point after you just played the move bishop to G4? And you looked at Chris Bird, and did he confirm that, yes, it's not only touch move.
Yeah.
You drop the piece, it's done.
Yeah, no, because it was like instinct. Because in blitz, usually it's like clock move or something. So you're like, oh, can I do it? But and then I was like, well, nothing left to lose.
Absolutely.
I was like, oh, is it over? I might as well just make things a little tricky. I only had like one chance here,
and then she played that move G4. And it felt like she's weakening her king a little bit. And then you managed to find that bishop takes H2 on the board. Did you feel like, once again, you're gaining some chances in the position?
Yeah, I think it's objectively still losing.
Yes.
But I was like, no increment. Everything is up for grabs. And then honestly, at the very end there, it was all based on flagging. Like, it's kind of crazy that, 2.5 weeks of work comes down to those few seconds. But I guess that's chess.
And even in the second game, you were doing quite well with the black pieces. You had draw odds. And at some point, she played the move with 1 second on her clock. Did you realize that?
No, I was probably doing the same thing. I had no idea. I was like keeping an eye out, but I definitely like should not have thrown the game like that. But I just could not think anymore. So that was why like the last game I was just trying to move fast and you don't even think and you just drop a piece. It's like maybe this passes on online chess, but she just takes it. It's like a pre-move.
Jennifer, you are the U.S. Junior Girls Champion. 2022, you are the U.S. Women's 2022 Champion. How do you feel right now?
I mean, I have to say I'm a little happy. I feel pretty good. Honestly, did not think that I would pull this off here at this tournament just because the way I was playing, like I'm not very happy with the quality of my games and like just heading into the tournament, I didn't feel ready. I was prepared. So I honestly didn't know if I could do it because I knew I should be able to because I've done this once before, and once you've done it, it just feels so much easier. But it was just, I don't know, I just had so many things going on too. Like my head was like completely in the game, and then I just kept having like a roller coaster. Like I would win a few games and lose. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, no more chances. But I mean, there always were chances, but like in my head, I was like, time to focus on, school or something. And then I win again, and I'd be like, oh, I'm back in the game. And then every time I'm like so close, and then there's like something happens.
What were the types of positions that you were looking for in this matchup? Because Irina hasn't lost a single game up to this match. What were the type of positions that you were looking for?
I really just wanted to get like a dynamic, imbalanced kind of position. I didn't really prepare too specifically opening-wise, because also I knew she was going to switch things up. I didn't want like a really boring kind of position where she can squeeze me, because I think that's like our differences in style. Like I'm really good at creating messes. I like to create messes, and I think she like wants the opposite. So that was kind of my goal.
Guys, any questions for our champion?
I think we're calming down still, Jennifer. I think we've got the butterflies over here.
Yes. Congratulations.
For me, a big congratulations.
Yes.
Wow.
I can't just win a tournament. I have to throw away a few for content.
Yeah.
Exactly. But wow, we were on the edge of a seat for 3 games in a row.
I have a question. Like, you won now, just right now, 40,000. I mean, what are you going to do with such a great prize, and how are you going to celebrate today?
How am I going to celebrate?
And how will you spend your money?
I mean, I feel, I like to buy clothes. Also, more importantly for me, tuition is something big, so that helps cover it. But I haven't even thought about it yet, because I just I feel like, I don't know, I just didn't expect, it's like when you know that it's possible, but you're not sure if it's going to happen. Yeah, so I have to really think about that. Oh, I would go to Thai food first.
Thai food.
Thai
Let's
food
get some Thai food. Yeah, why not?
Good decision.
Some pad
Good
thai.
decision. Yeah.
Yes.
Good decision.
That's great. Yes.
Jennifer, our congratulations. Really remarkable. Wow.
Jennifer won 2 titles, so I just wonder which title you feel it's more valuable for you. What were emotions the first time, and which emotions do you have right now? If you compare them.
Well, the first time it happened, I just didn't know it was possible. I had the same situation. I was half a point leading going to second to last round. Didn't even think about winning, because I didn't think I could do it. And then it happened. So it was a completely different experience, because it kind of opened the doorway for me to be like, oh, it's possible to, win a tournament like this. And then what else could this lead to? So that was something that was really valuable for me. For this one, I just think this was a unique kind of challenge. I've never played a tournament like this in college. It was a different kind of experience, because I was, doing a couple hours of homework too every night. And also, I definitely, my games were very, some of them were quite not too pretty to look at, but it was definitely a really good mental challenge, especially since the way I lost my game against Irina in round 12 and then came back from it. I'm really proud that, I didn't just kind of give up the tournament, because it was really hard for me to accept that loss, because it was just, how can you lose in that way? So I think I definitely took really valuable lessons from both of these events.
Yeah. Also, I noticed that today Jennifer came to the tournament with a smile. You were really kind of in a good mood. Did you feel that you were going to win, or not at all?
I guess I'd say I was nonchalant, because I did not feel ready going into this. I felt like I needed to prep more, and then I realized it's so fast. It's truly so fast. You can't really know what to expect, especially this ending here. I don't think anyone could have guessed this would have happened. So I didn't know that I was going to win, but I was no matter what's going to happen, it'll be okay. It was good effort, because like I said, this tournament, I learned so many things from this tournament already.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Congratulations. Great job. Great spirit.
Well done. And once more, let's sum it up. Women's results. Anastasiya.
Now we have final standings. So Jennifer, you just won these championships. She became the U.S. Women's Champion 2022.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Irina.
Congratulations also to Irina, right? She showed also such a great spirit in this event, and she fought until the end. second place in the U.S. Women's Chess Championships.
I can only imagine Irina is just thinking, what just happened?
Really,
It's disbelieving that she could be a whole piece up and allow her opponent back into the game.
It was painful.
And once more, in the Open, our big shout out, congratulations to Fabiano Caruana on his second victory.
In the U.S. Championships. And then we have Ray Robson on the second place, and Linnea Domingos and Wonder Liang shared the third place.
Yep. All the way down there, and I saw Christopher Yu, and there we have our champion.
And our
$60,000. Now, what is he going to do? I mean, and, you know.
Happy 5 years. I saw him today in the morning.
Yes.
He was passing by.
And for the Armageddon, she
Yes.
chose black. She won it on time, actually.
Yes.
That's
And
the
peace
5-4, and peace down.
Again, Jennifer, yes, is a hero.
Christian, do your best. Try your best to try to sum up what you just saw.
Yes, okay,
What do we have
congratulations. We have to admit, yes. That's
I fell across the finish line with Bar there.
Nicely done, yes.
Yeah, nicely done, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
What
we
do
had
we
it
have in the
all the
open
way.
section?
You had all your emotions. Actually, it was nice to follow.
It was
I
a
think.
perfect
We can see
blueprint.
The
She-
open section as well, guys. I mean, oof.
Look at him.
Give me the money, Yasser. Come on.
Right. No, you were right on with the open. That was very, very good. Christian, words fail. I just can't help what happened. And
Yes.
by the way, a reminder that later today,
We have the closing ceremony, and anybody who is in St. Louis now can still jump to this boat and to come for the closing ceremony, which starts at 6 p.m. Only $25, and you're here and you can see the players. So we start with cocktail party, closing ceremony, and then we have after party with DJ. If you cannot do it, please check our St. Louis Chess Club YouTube channel and watch the stream.
right? Okay. Come on, you do your best. Sum up what we just saw, because I'm speechless.
I mean, we
out of words.
had an amazing couple of weeks here in St. Louis, calling all the action and some amazing games, amazing players. We've seen Fabiano Caruana win his second title after the Chess9 LX that he just won a couple of weeks before the start of this event. So he's continuing his nice stride. But in the ladies section, I mean, this match between Irina Krush, the 8-time national champion, and Jennifer Yu, who is definitely looking to follow in her rival's footsteps, because I mean, she's dreaming to surpass one day those 8 titles. Just an incredible match, and it just goes to show that you can never give up in this tournament. She was a piece down, she was losing in the position, absolutely no chances. We were like, here, okay, this is over. The game is over, let's go home, right? Irina
Yes.
is just won her 9th title. It did not happen.
I
Jennifer
can
Yu came back from the dead and just turned it all around, and that was a career-defining moment that we just experienced right now. History in the making, and I had a lot of fun calling all the action with you guys. Thank you for all the support here in the studio. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you, Christian. And really, I mean, it was such a pleasure to be here in the studio and follow all the action. Of course, we will need to, I don't know, get rid of this stress and tension also.
Right,
because
quietly recover our balance somehow. It was amazing. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much for joining us on the stream. Subscribe, follow, let us
channels.
know how we're doing. And again, I just want to say thank you so much to the St. Louis Chess Club and Scholastic Center. Everything you guys do, Rex and Jeannie, you're just terrific. Anastasia, Christian, fist bumps to you, my friend.
Yes, it
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure.
It was
Yes,
really,
thank you,
really
Yasser.
something special.
Yes. Same for me. I don't want to close the show, but I think we have to do it.
It was amazing. Good night. Goodbye. Good night. Good afternoon.
And see you maybe next time.
See
next
you
events.
soon. Oh.
This has been a presentation of the St. Louis Chess Club. Any reproduction or distribution of this content without the express written consent of the St. Louis Chess Club is prohibited.